All right, everybody, welcome to SR Broadcasting. We're here with the SoMo Lazy Days Race and Truck Series at Kentucky, brought to you by Kennels by DAYZ.com. 125 laps here tonight. Should be a pretty good run. Right now, it looks like there was 22. Looks like there might be 21 drivers out here so far tonight. Glad you can tune in. Hope you enjoy the show here tonight. I think these guys are going to do pretty good. I was watching warm up out there. They're in a driver's meeting at the moment. And it looks like they just got cut from the driver's meeting. Let's go check out some laps around here. Take a look at the top 5 right now in warm-up. Shane Papala is first, Joe Mitchell second, Ronald Henry third, Adam Baker fourth, and Lupa Gonzalez in fifth. Shane Papala has been on fire these last few nights. Won last night over at GAC. And that was also in the Camping World Truck Series at Rockingham. So right now Shane's showing a good time on here. I don't know if that boy's stoppable now. Cannot get away. Let's go inside with Adam Baker real quick. We'll take a ride around, get a feel for the track. See, it's real bumpy. Gonna have to watch for when that truck starts to get tight. A little bit of rubber getting down on the track, some of the fuel getting out of the back of that truck, lighten it up. Guys will be putting a lot of wheel into it, and coming off of 2 and 4, that truck is gonna want to come around. And we see he started tightening up there, up into the wall. So gonna see that tonight, I'm sure. Let's get out here with Shane Papala. He's going into the pits. Right now he's got the fastest time up here tonight. So I don't know, he's a guy to watch out for. Coming into points really strong too. Got a lot of good paint jobs out there tonight. Love seeing what these guys bring here. While we wait for us to head towards qualify, let's go over some points. Coming into tonight's race this is race number 16 already. Wow. 16, I believe, of 33 for the season. Shane Papala is your leader. He's got a 38-point lead over Ronald Henry. And we see Ronald Henry's pretty high up there. He's in third right now in practice. So then we go to third place, Len McNeese. Fourth place, Adam Baker. Fifth place, Lupa Gonzalez. Sixth place, David Howard Jr. Seventh place, Dean Viney. Eighth place, Joe Mitchell. Ninth, Michael Palmer. Tie for 10 between Ivan Jones and Donald McLaughlin. And John Estes in 12th. And there will be 12 drivers that will move on to the chase once we get to the chase. So those 12 drivers will reset. And they'll start back off with the same amount of points and start the elimination. We'll take a look at the 71 of Dean Viney here. Check out, we have a couple of new guys here. Let's look at Matthew Talbert in the number 78. Right now he's shown in 21st. Devin Sanders in the number 25 Bud Light, another returning driver. And the number 60 of Brian Neff in the number 60 Winn-Dixie, another returning driver here to SoMo. Should be pretty good. We are going to break off here for a minute and go to our national anthem, and then we'll come back. We'll qualify, everybody. We're just waiting right now, about 20 seconds or so left before we head to qualify. We will put up the qualify ticker for you. You'll be able to keep an eye on who's doing what out there and what spot they'll be starting in the top 10. And then we'll get to grid, and we'll have 125 laps here with no fast repairs. What that means is if you get damage on your truck, you must get it fixed. Well, you don't must get it fixed, but if you want it to run good, you're going to have to get it fixed. And that's going to cost you some time. So I guess the object is going to be try not to damage your truck, keep it alive, and around at the end. So let's take a look and see who's going to come in first on the track. It looks like Shane Papala has come out first, so let's go take a quick run with Shane. See what kind of time Shane has up on his first scored lap. We saw he was the fastest during warm-up. Shane in his Candles by AmyJIC.com Toyota Tundra, or as some people say, the Toyota Tundra. And our race tonight is brought to you by Candles by AmyJIC.com. They got a flash sale going on right now, so go on over, see what you got. Wow, Shane was one. Joe Mitchell quickly takes over that spot. Let's see if Shane can up that time this second time by. 29.965, and Joe Mitchell with a 29.937. And Shane not able to come up with a faster lap. Let's go take a look at Timothy Lewis here. Right now Timothy's showing 14th. See Adam Baker up to third, Brian Neff up to fourth, Jim Locking in fifth. Jim Locking was having a good run last night over at GAC. Looks like he's here to make some noise again tonight. So let's see, Timothy Lewis will move up into 7th. Let's take a look at old Len McNeese, who now moves up to 7th and bumps Timothy Lewis to 8th. And he's on the wall. That lap will not count. Let's go take a look. Eric Barilli now. See if Eric can crack into the top 10 here. Lazy Days Racing driver. And it doesn't look like Eric is going to put up a faster lap. Let's go take a look at Ronald Henry in the number 75. Ronald Henry, second in the points coming in. Right now, Ronald shown 17th. Did not get his scored lap yet. We'll watch him cross the line. And that will be a 31.37. He's going to need to step it up a little bit more if he wants to get into that top 10. Oh, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? Ronald's in 6th. I'm looking at the other time where I saw a 31. My mind just kind of went. You'll have that. So it looks like Joe Mitchell is going to be your pole setter tonight. So Joe going to have a pretty good start here. I believe Ronald Henry is back out on the track. Going to try to get one more lap in before the time runs out. See if he can't beat that time. See David Howard Jr. up in 5th. Lupe Gonzalez in 4th. Not used to seeing Lupe qualify. Usually he'll start in the back and work his way to the front. The last couple races we've seen him showing some muscle early on. Lupe Gonzalez is the Lazy Days Racing Cup Series champion from 2016 at SoMo. Shane Papala is the 2016 Lazy Days Racing Truck champion. And Shane looking to try to make it a back-to-back. See if Ronald Henry can do anything better with that time. And that's going to move Ronald Henry up to 4th. So Joe Mitchell will be your pole setter here. So pretty good. Congratulations to Joe, man. That's definitely a good qualify lap. Let's get this set up here. Excuse me. Joe Mitchell, congratulations. He'll take the pole tonight. Shane Papala, your points leader, will start 2nd. 3rd place will be Adam Baker. 4th place and in 2nd place in the points is Ronald Henry. 5th will be Lupe Gonzalez. 6th place will be David Howard Jr. 7th is Brian Neff. 8th place will go to Jim Locking. 9th will be Len McNeese. Your top 10 here is Timothy Lewis. 11th goes to David Gainforth. 12th place will be Devin Sanders. 13th is William Lee with a real good start here tonight. 14th is Jeff Glockner. 15th is Dean Viney. 16th is Michael Palmer. 17th is Jay Dubuque. 18th is Eric Barilli. I believe Joe Owen had to leave. They have him scored as 19th. Matthew Talbert will start 20th. 21st will be Paul Cohen. 22nd will be John Estes. And that is your field here tonight. Pace car is taking these boys out. And hopefully we get some good runs here tonight. You can get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wide. I mean, there's just no telling where you can be on this track. But we do know the trucks will tighten up. So we might see some guys coming in and sliding out to the wall. A track like this, you don't want to get too much aero damage. You get too much aero damage, you're not going to run fast at all. So we'll have to see what happens here. But they've been doing a good job. They've been keeping the cautions down. A lot of long green flag runs lately. Hopefully they can keep that up here tonight and make strategy and fuel strategy a part of it. Candles by Amy, JIC.com, Kentucky 125. So we'll just wait now and see if the pace car is going to go in this time. Bye. Guys are lined up 2 by 2. Pace car does turn in. We'll see if they do a quick green. And we are green at the Candles by AmyJIC.com Kentucky 125 here at SoMo in the Lazy Days Racing Truck Series. Joe Mitchell with a good start on the inside. Adam Baker quickly going to try and take second from Shane. See 2 by 2 a little bit further back. So Adam Baker up in second, Shane Papala to third, Lupa Gonzalez to fourth. And we see Shane already fast at all the way to the back of Adam Baker. Got to watch Shane. He's real fast after a couple laps. See Lupa Gonzalez right now taking a look on the inside of the 89 of Shane Papala. See if he can make it stick. And Shane gets a great run off. We see Ronald Henry now, Brian Neff, and David Howard Jr. coming into this picture. We are stacked up side by side over here. Brian Neff now looking low underneath his teammate of Ronald Henry. David Howard Jr. looking for a hole to poke through. So David Howard Jr. go from the top to the bottom, trying to push one of these guys by so he can get on while the getting's going. Ronald Henry up high. Here comes the 84 of Len McNeese. They quickly reverse their spots. The number 7 of David Howard Jr. will tuck it in behind. And the 84 of Len McNeese kind of looking to the outside, followed by Jim Locking, who is in 9th. And 10th place, Timothy Lewis. Go back up front here. Joe Mitchell out to about a 1 second lead over second place Adam Baker. Go back to third is Shane Papala. Fourth is Lupa Gonzalez. See if we got any battles going on the track here. Looks like everybody kind of single filed it out for a little bit right now. Go back to William Lee, who is in 18th in the O2 discount tires. 51 of Paul Cohen right behind Dean Viney. Gonna try to sneak it down on the inside of Dean going into 1. And it looks like he'll have it. Dean Viney coming back now again on the inside. Gonna try and take that position back from Paul Cohen. And it looks like the 51 of Paul Cohen is going to be able to have that momentum through the turn. Let's go back up here to Jim Locking, Len McNeese, and Ronald Henry. Len McNeese in the 84, shown in 8th right now. Ronald Henry in the 75 up to 7th. Let's jump inside with David Gainforth. Kind of get a look from a little bit further back here. And you can see a lot of bumping around going on inside that truck. So Joe Mitchell right now to a 1.2 second lead over Adam Baker in second place. We see the number 4 Timothy Lewis down low, Jim Locking to the outside, followed by the 25 of Devin Sanders, and that is for 9th, 10th, and 11th. And those two drivers right now, Jim Locking gets by. We see the 25 of Devin Sanders able to get by on the outside. So that's going to put Timothy Lewis back to 11, Devin Sanders up to 10th. Let's go back to Shane Papala, who is sitting in 3rd right now. Your points leader coming into tonight's race. Do I see a little bit of damage on the right rear of Shane's truck? I do believe so. He's got a little bit of damage there. Somebody must have made contact, maybe going into one of the turns. Trying to see if there's any tight battles going on the track. It doesn't seem that way. It seems guys are spread out pretty far. Lupo Gonzalez in 5th to the back of the number 60, Brian Neff. It looks like Lupo's trying to make a pass down low, not able to do it. That's going to bring the number 7 of David Howard Jr. into it. Brian Neff has gone forward. His teammate Ronald Henry has slipped back a couple of positions. Joe Mitchell right now coming to 15 laps led so far here tonight. Started on the poles, led every lap up till now. He's got about a 1.3 second over second place, so he's got it going. Let's go up front real quick with Joe. Let's jump inside with Joe. And oh, we're in the wrong camera. There we go. Joe Mitchell having a good run tonight. 16 laps led. Started on the pole. I know he's had some issues the other night. Electrical issues. Let's go back a little bit. See if we can find anybody on the track making some passes here. We see the 101 of David Gameforth and the 14 of Eric Barilli for 12th and 13th. Go back to Jeff Glockner in the 88. He's in the Budweiser Happy Hour Garage. Chevy Silverado. Let's see where Jeff is. Jeff started 14th. He is currently 14th. David Gameforth, excuse me, started 11th. He is 13th. Eric Barilli started 18th. He's moving his way up to 12th. Timothy Lewis started 10th, fall back one position to 11th. Devin Sanders started 12th. He's got 2 spots up to 10th. Jim Locking, he started 8th, and he is up in 9th. Ronald Henry started 4th and is back in 8th. Lupa Gonzalez right now shown in 7th, but he did start 5th. Len McNeese started 9th, and it should put Len up to 6th this time by the stripe. And we have troubles for Shane Papala. Don't know what happened with him, but he slowed up and lost a couple of spots. So that'll move him back to 7th. And Adam Baker has spread out a little bit further from 3rd place David Howard Jr. Still 1.2 seconds behind Joe Mitchell. And David Howard Jr. is going to have company pretty soon. See Len McNeese down low, Brian Neff up high, Shane Papala down low, Lupa Gonzalez up high. 4 trucks there side by side battling it out. And that is all 4, 4th through 7th. Here comes a 75 of Ronald Henry and I believe it's 91 of Jim Locking also back into this. Looks like Jim Locking jumped down low to the inside line, going to drift it back up high, try to get that speed off the turn. And we are going to be 3 wide here. Coming across the stripe, Len McNeese will have that advantage. The 89 of Shane Papala looks like he's going to try and take it down low and take that spot from Len. Len fighting back on the outside though. That brings the 53 of Lupa Gonzalez back to Shane. Shane gets a good run on the inside. He can keep up with him. He just can't make that pass quite yet. Now these guys are fighting it out here at lap 25. $100 laps to go, and these guys are fighting like it's 5 to go. Definitely an exciting race here. So we see Len with the advantage. Here comes the 53 of Lupa Gonzalez to the side of Shane Papala. 25 of Devin Sanders moving in on the 75 of Ronald Henry. 2 drivers go low, 2 drivers going high. 25 trying to get that speed out. You got Ronald Henry to wiggle just a little bit out of the way. That might slow Ronald down a little bit as they go past the 78 of Matthew Talbert. Oh, Len McNeese up into the wall. No. The yellow is out. Len with some damage, but still running. Oh, man. We're going to have to go back and take a look at that. I don't know if Len made contact or did it just come out from him. Take a look. We'll watch the 84 here a little close. See him going in. See him past the 78. Ooh, I don't know. That's a little close there. Let's go back and take a look at it from the chase view. See if there was any contact between him and Shane. Oh, okay. Len, that's what it looks like. Len went to take it up high just a little bit. He saw Shane down low and was not clear of the 78. Well, no, not really. It looks more like net code. Doesn't really look like there was any contact, but that is definitely going to hurt Len right now. I didn't see any contact. So I'm going to say net code. Ronald Henry does stay out. And he will get a point for leading this lap. We'll see if he does come in and get tires, or does he opt to stay out.
Candles by Amy, DAYZ.com. A piece of high quality jewelry in each candle. Quality soy candles, amazing scents. Customize and make your own. Unstressed in a world of amazing scents. Bath bombs, skincare, tarts, candles, weight loss coffees, and more. The perfect way to say, I care. Candles by Amy. Great for gifts or just because. Imagine the look on your loved ones or friends when they receive this amazing gift. Even more when a fine piece of jewelry is revealed during their spa bath, candle burn, tart warming. Be a giver of relief and non-stress. The perfect way to say, I care. Candles by Amy.
All right, we've seen Ronald Henry go back in. He did stay out to lead that lap. So that's going to help him in the points. Try and get a little bit closer to Shane. Shane Papala right now being shown in 5th. And Ronald Henry will drop back to about 19th here on the start. But plenty of time to get back up to the front. Ronald's got a really good truck tonight. So a little bit of strategy. Trying to get those extra points. Look at our track conditions, 66 degrees, mostly cloudy, track temperature of 66 degrees, so should be plenty grip out on the track here tonight. And we had 2 lead changes. We are under our first caution. So Joe Mitchell back up front. Joe's going to take the inside on this restart. See Adam Baker, Joe's teammate, on the outside. Brian Neff, the number 60, in 3rd on the inside. Lupa Gonzalez in 4th place. And Shane Papala in 5th on the inside. And Jim Locking in 6th on the outside. I say hang on tight. So far everybody is on the track. Only one driver a lap down. That's Matthew Talbert. If a caution comes out, he will get the lucky dog, get him back on the lead lap. Wait for the pace car to jump on in. And we are back green here tonight. And it looks like Adam Baker crossed the line first. Will get scored for it. Joe Mitchell quickly out to the front. See, almost 3 wide back here between the 4 to 14 and the 91. See the 60 of Brian Neff trying to take 2nd place from the 48 of Adam Baker. He's got Shane Papala behind him trying to give him a little push ahead. Adam Baker with a good run on the outside. See if he can hang on to it going into 3 and clear the 60 and take second place back. And looks like Adam Baker right now will hold on to second. Let's go back a little bit further here. David Gainforth and Eric Barilli for 9th and 10th. David Gainforth down low, Eric Barilli up high. Eric Barilli will take that 9th position. David Gainforth back to 10th. Go back here to Ronald Henry, David Howard Jr., and the 88 of Jeff Glockner. Ooh, see some racing going on up here. The 91 of Jim Locking to the outside now of the 14 of Eric Barilli. And that is for 8th and 9th. Eric Barilli now to the inside of the number 4 of Timothy Lewis. Looking to hang on to 7th place. Timothy trying to make a run on the outside to get that position back. See what they do going in 3 and 4. See Eric down low, Timothy up high. The 25 of Devin Sanders right in front of these two. Eric does have the spot across the line. That puts Eric in 7th. We'll see if he can clear him. And the number 4, Timothy Lewis, fighting back again. And Eric will have to tuck it in behind in 8th. And here comes the 91 of Jim Locking. Going to take a look at the 14 now. He's going to try to go low. We also looked like we were having a battle up here. Brian Neff in 3rd. Adam Baker 2nd. Shane Papala in 4th. And Lupa Gonzalez in 5th. And it looks like Eric Barilli will have that spot from the 91 of Jim Locking. And here comes the 51 of Paul Cohen. He is up in 11th. And Dean Viney works his way up to 12th. We see Ronald Henry down low on the 31 of Michael Palmer. Michael Palmer, he started 16th and he is up to 13th, so moving in the right direction. Back up front here, Joe Mitchell back out to a 1.2 second lead over Adam Baker. You can see Adam Baker's truck there, the number 48. And when the camera changes a little, you'll see the distance from him to Joe Mitchell, quite a ways. Joe definitely got something figured out here tonight. And there is Joe Mitchell up in the front. Joe Mitchell right now with 37 laps led. Let's take a look from the back of Adam Baker to Brian Neff, Shane Papala, and Lupa Gonzalez. And he'll definitely be in company soon. We have Devin Sanders, Timothy Lewis, Jim Locking, Eric Barilli, 101 of David Gainforth, and Paul Cohen. And that is from 6th through 11th right here. Devin Sanders able to stay out in front of the bunch. Jim Locking does get his way through. Try to move Jim up to 7th. Eric Barilli to 8th. Here comes the 101 of David Gainforth now. and he'll move up to 9th. 51 of Paul Cohen now looking underneath the 4 of Timothy Lewis. And we see Ronald Henry, who stayed out to lead a lap, go in late. Started all the way back, I believe, in 19th. Worked his way up to 12th. See him looking underneath the 51 of Paul Cohen right now. So Ronald Henry will move up to 11th. And here we have Shane Papala trying to make a move on Brian Neff. Or Brian Neff making a move on Shane. I believe Brian Neff making a move on Shane here. And the 53, Lupa Gonzalez now underneath the 60 of Brian Neff. So Lupa Gonzalez started 5th. He is in 5th. Brian Neff started 7th. He's up to 4th. Shane Papala started 2nd. He is in 3rd. These drivers are keeping it up front. We see the 75 of Ronald Henry and the 4 of Timothy Lewis for 10th and 11th. Looks like Ronald Henry's got a really strong truck here tonight. To go from 19th up to just about 10th in a couple laps. So once he gets up to the front, he may be able to give these guys a little bit of noise. But Joe Mitchell right now, man, Joe Mitchell has got a 1.2 second lead over Adam Baker. Joe Mitchell's got 44 laps led, coming to 45 laps led tonight. Started on the pole. So Joe definitely trying to make a statement here in the Truck Series. Let's see Eric Barilli in 8th, trying to get to the back of Jim Locking. See Paul Cohen, is he going to take a look down low? Yosemite Sam. Some of y'all don't know who Yosemite Sam is. I guess you have to be from that time. It's good Saturday morning TV. So now we see David Howard Jr. And he is trying to size up the number 4 of Timothy Lewis. And it looks like Lupa Gonzalez did get around the 60 of Brian Neff, so that's going to move Lupa to 4th, Brian Neff back to 5th. Joe Mitchell still out front to about a 1.1, 1.2 over Adam Baker. Adam Baker running strong here in 2nd so far tonight. Started 3rd. Been up in 2nd for quite some time. See if he has anything. Which one of these drivers is going to burn up their equipment first? See Ronald Henry on the inside and David Howard Jr. on the outside. David Howard Jr. trying to take that spot from Ronald Henry. And David Howard Jr. will have it, so that'll put David Howard Jr. to 11th and move Ronald Henry back to 12th. Back up here, Eric Barilli, the 91 of Jim Locking, and the 25 of Devin Sanders. See the 91 again down low. That outside line, though, able to keep the speed and fight back. Starting to see the rubber lay down on the track just a little bit. Eric Barilli will be up into 7th. That'll move Jim Locking into 8th. Michael Palmer in 17th. William Lee in 18th. John Estes in 19th. Jay Dubuque in the number 65. He is in 20th. And Michael Talbert, who is now 2 laps down, in 21st. See the 89 of Shane Papala. He is in 3rd. Adam Baker is in 2nd. Adam Baker does have 1 lap led. Also, Ronald Henry has 1 lap led. And Joe Mitchell now with 55, coming to 56 laps led. Let's go back and take a look at Len. We saw him in a little bit of trouble early on into the wall. Let's see if we could get a better look at his truck, see how much they got it repaired. Looks like they did a pretty good job. I still see a little bit of right front damage, a little bit of right rear damage, but hopefully it's running pretty good for him. Right now Len is in 16th, following the 88 of Jeff Glockner. And we see these guys going by the 78 of Matthew Talbert. He does keep it high for the lead trucks. See now the 101 of David Gameforth trying to close in on the 75 of Ronald Henry. I think he calls that the Rusty Bubble. The old Mr. Bubble with a little bit of rust on it. That truck's got a lot of miles on it. Does him good. Let's go up here. David Howard Jr. trying to size up the 51 of Paul Cohen. See David Howard Jr. with a little bit of right side damage on his truck. He must have seen the wall somewhere. Go back up a little bit closer here. Eric Barilli, Devin Sanders, and Jim Locking. That's 6th through 8th. Let's run from 8th to 6th. Jim Locking started 8th, currently in 8th. Eric Burley started 18th, and he is up to 7th. Let's make that 6th that time by. And Devin Sanders, who started 12th, he is up to 7th, a little bit back and forth with Eric for that position. See Devin up high, Eric Burley down low. It's a nice Bud Light paint scheme Sanders got on that truck. Nice color combination. See Eric Burley, fast signs. Now the 91 of Jim Locking taking a look underneath the 25 of Devin Sanders. Going to move him back right now to 8th. Sanders going to take a look down low. Tell you what, these guys are fighting hard. Definitely putting on a good show here. I don't see many guys just driving around out here. We're seeing battles pretty much everywhere on the track. We go back here to 75 Ronald Henry and to 51 of Paul Cohn for 10th and 11th. And they're still fighting it out. Paul Cohen up into the marbles up there, way high. Got to back it off just a little bit to gather up that truck. That's going to allow the 101 of David Gainforth now to get underneath. I think Paul got up there in the marbles and that truck started to probably feel like he had a flat tire or something. We've seen him have to get out of it. See him taking a look back down low. Danforth with a good run, able to get some distance between the two. And everybody is kind of spread out here. Let's go up front. See Adam Baker, he did close in a little bit more on Joe Mitchell. He's got him to about 5 or 6 tenths. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if they get a little bit closer. We go back to 3rd place, Shane Papala. You can see the distance between him and 2nd place, Adam Baker. And then 4th place, Lupa Gonzalez, not too far behind Shane. And then we go back to 5th, Brian Neff. A couple of lap trucks in between them. And then 6th place, Eric Barilli. A little bit of a distance back from Brian Neff, so I'm sure some of these guys are probably hoping for a caution to tighten things back up a little bit. We're going to go back up here, and we're going to watch these guys up in the front because Adam Baker's got him down to about a 4 tenths capture here. He's slowly reeling him in, so I don't know if Joe's tires are starting to give up. We're getting pretty close to pits, so it could be about that time. Joe might be backing it off a little bit and contemplating when to come in. You see them approach the 78 of Matthew Talbert. Matthew Talbert does stay high. He's got him to about between 4 and 3 tenths follow here. Joe Mitchell right now 67 laps led. Adam Baker 1 lap led, but strongly holding on to 2nd. Shane Papala no laps led, but he is in 3rd. Lupa Gonzalez is in 4th. Brian Neff is in 5th. And Eric Barilli is in 6th right now. Jim Locking in 7th. Devin Sanders in 8th. David Howard Jr. is in 9th, and rounding out your top 10 is Ronald Henry. You saw Ronald Henry earlier. Stay out, lead that lap, go in on that last lap of caution. Get some tires and some fuel. Started 19th, and he's got himself up to 10th. So Ronald having a good run here tonight for sure. Going in the right direction. Adam Baker has slipped it back to about a 6/10 on Joe Mitchell right now. So I don't know if Joe Mitchell stepped it up or if Adam Baker stepped it back. Trying to see if we got any close battles here on the track. Everybody's pretty spread out. Let's go back to the 88 of Jeff Glockner, the last truck on the lead lap. Jeff is in 16th right now. He started 14th, so he fell back 2 positions. Right in front of him in 15th is Len McNeese. Len McNeese started 9th, had some trouble, got some damages, currently sitting 15th. Dean Viney, let's check out Dean. Dean started 15th, he is currently in 14th. Timothy Lewis started 10th, he is up back to 13th right now. We've seen Timothy up to 6th at one point. Not sure if just not comfortable with the truck or just not fitting his style, but slipped back a couple spots. Paul Cohen started 21st. He is up to 12th. David Gainford started 11th. He's got himself in 11th. Ronald Henry started 4th, working his way back to 10th. Devin Sanders started 12th. He is currently sitting 9th. David Howard Jr. started 6th. We see them coming up to the 78 of Matthew Talbert. Oh, don't rack Matthew Talbert up to the wall. Does hang on to it. Jim Locking started 8th, currently sitting 6th. And then we go up to Eric Barilli, started 18th. He's sitting in 5th. Catching Brian Neff here a little bit. Brian Neff, who started 7th, he's up in 4th. Lupa Gonzalez started 5th. He is up in 3rd. And we have 1st and 2nd coming into the pits. So we're going to start seeing some green flag pits. So that's going to give the lead up to Lupa Gonzalez. So he'll get 1 lap lead here tonight. See Brian Neff and Eric Barilli now for 2nd and 3rd. Eric Barilli down low, Brian Neff up high. So now that puts Eric Barilli to the lead because Lupa Gonzalez is coming into the pits. So now Eric Barilli will get that point for leading a lap. And we see Adam Baker just coming out of the pits. Probably right in front of him, you'll see Joe Mitchell. And we see Brian Neff coming in. Eric Barilli stays out for another lap. Right behind Eric Barilli is Shane Papala. He, I believe, you can find him. Yeah, he must have come into the pits because he's shown in 13th, a lap down. So he's going to get his lap back here, passing the 14. And you see the difference between old tires and new tires. So we'll see Eric Barilli stays out for another lap. So that's going to give him 3 laps led. Ronald Henry up to 2nd, Paul Cohen in 3rd, Dean Viney up to 4th, and Len McNeese up to 5th right now. under these green flag pit stops. And Eric Borelli coming in. We'll see if Ronald Henry stays out to get another lap led. So that's going to put Ronald Henry back up to the front. Dean Viney up to second. His points are valuable. Even though it's only 1 point for leading a lap, we've had a championship tied last season. So points were tied. We moved it on to who had the most wins, the most starts, top 10s. I mean, it just broke down. It tied all the way through until one was decided. So, you see these guys fighting for that 1 point. That 1 point can make or break the championship. So we see Ronald Henry. Looks like Ronald Henry will be coming in, so we'll follow Dean Viney and see if he can make it across the line and see if he stays out to get a point led. And Dean Viney will get scored, your leader here, so Dean Viney will have a point tonight here. So that moves Len McNeese up to second and Joe Mitchell in third, about 6.5 seconds back. So Dean Viney and Len McNeese on the verge of going to go a lap down, I think, underneath this pit. See, Dean Viney just ran a 32.09. Joe Mitchell just ran a 30.380. Here we see Ronald Henry passing Dean Viney to get his lap back. The number 4 of Timothy Lewis. He's going to pass Dean Viney in a minute to get his lap back. These guys with the fresher tires, it's like night and day. 51 of Paul Cohen also going to get his lap back. And we see Joe Mitchell back there a little bit. They're about a straightaway away from each other. And we see Joe Mitchell, the second truck back. I believe that other truck in front is the 101 of David Gameforth. So we'll just have to wait and see if Dean Viney may have short pitted, so he may be pretty good on fuel right now. But they are catching him. Dean Viney staying down low. The 101 of David Gameforth going around to get back on the lead lap. And here comes the 18 of Joe Mitchell. And looks like Dean Viney is going to come in. So it's going to put Joe Mitchell back to the lead. And the 101 of David Gameforth back down a lap. Right behind him is the 48 of Adam Baker. See Shane Papala up in third. He's about 3 seconds back from the leader. Fourth place, Lupa Gonzalez, about 5 seconds back from the leader. And in 6th place, Brian Neff about 14 seconds back. So unless the caution comes out, these guys are pretty well spread out. See Eric Burley in 7th, Jim Locking in 6th. David Howard Jr. in 8th. Ronald Henry right now sitting in 9th. Paul Cohen in 10th. And the last truck on the lead lap is Timothy Lewis. And Joe Mitchell is not too far behind. Let's jump inside with Adam Baker and crank this thing up. See Shane now up in 3rd, about 3 seconds back. From Shane's window, you can see Adam Baker and Joe Mitchell. Let's go back to Eric Barilli and Jim Locking, and that is for 6th and 7th. Eric Barilli still behind the 91, trying to get by. Eric with a good run that time out of 2. Just not able to get into the throttle in time and take that position from Jim. Jim is going to have to get up in those marbles and make a mistake. And right now, Joe Mitchell getting ready to put the number 4 of Timothy Lewis a lap down. Timothy is the last truck on the lead lap, and he will go a lap down. Now you can see that rubber shooting out from underneath Joe's truck. There's a lot of rubber going down on the track. Joe Mitchell right now with 84 laps led. And we're winding this thing down. See if we can find any battles going on out here. A lot of guys are pretty spread out. Tight battle that we have right here still is the 14 and the 91. Eric Barilli and Jim Locking for 6th and 7th. Eric Burley once again going to try to take a look to the inside. You see Eric Burley does get an advantage, but then the 91 able to... Is he going to do it this time? Burley does bring it up in front of the 91, so able to take that spot for a moment. So that'll move Eric up to 6th. And Jim Locking back to 7th. Those guys were fighting it out for quite some time. So we see Adam Baker now closing in on Joe Mitchell here as we come to 25 laps to go this time by. They are teammates, but when it comes to the checkered flag, I think teammates goes out the window. Take a look from the back of Joe's truck. Looking back at Adam Baker in 2nd place. Adam Baker able to get right up to the back bumper of Joe. Trying to get Joe, I think, to miss his mark so he can try and get around him and get up in that clean air. 23 laps and counting. We see Adam Baker now taking a look to the inside. Not able to do it. Gonna have to rethink this one. Eric Barilli up in 6th, Brian Neff in 5th, Lupa Gonzalez in 4th. And what happened up here in the front? Looks like Adam Baker to the inside, trying to take that lead from Joe Mitchell. See if Joe can hang on the outside, or is he going to have to give it up? And Joe Mitchell does get scored across the line, so he's going to hold on to the lead. Adam Baker fighting hard on the inside, though. Man, just cannot hold it down there. Cannot get back in the throttle, so he has to tuck back in behind Joe Mitchell. Very frustrating to be in that position and not be able to complete that pass. Right now, Joe's got him out to about a 3-second lead. Let's go back a little bit here to Jim Locking sitting in 7th. Back to Ronald Henry in 9th. See the 88 of Jeff Glockner sitting in 15th. Jeff Glockner just added to the SoMo Racing League admin team for Tuesday nights. So round of applause for Jeff. Go back up front here to Adam Baker and Joe Mitchell one more time. Adam Baker back to the back of that truck. See if he's able to do anything. We're going to be coming to 17 laps to go this time by. Looking from the front bumper of Adam Baker's truck, he is trying every which way he can to get by this 18 of Joe Mitchell. And we are getting pounded with rubber chunks. Joe Mitchell right now, 96 laps led. Started on the pole, up in front, trying to take home the win here. Adam Baker trying to say something different. Joe Mitchell will cross the line first, so he's going to hang on to the lead. Adam Baker, though, fighting hard on the inside. Has to let out of it right there. And I'm going to have to try to set him up for a last lap or two pass, but it doesn't look like the inside is going to be the way to go. I'm just going to have to try to get Joe to do some mirror driving here and lose his concentration on his marks. See Shane Papala up in third, having a great run here tonight, hanging on to the lead in the championship points. Back and forth, Lupa Gonzalez. And in fifth, Brian Neff. But Eric Barilli and Jim Locking are closing in on them. So we'll have to keep an eye on these guys, and we'll have to keep an eye up front. And see if we catch any action here, any last minute passes as we are at 13 laps to go. Guys doing a great job. 125 laps here. One caution so far for tonight. Hopefully that don't jinx it. See Brian Neff, Eric Barilli, Jim Locking, 5th, 6th, and 7th as we wind down this race. Go back up front here. Joe Mitchell gets around the 51 of Paul Cohen. Now the 48 will get around the 51 of Paul Cohen. That is going to keep Adam Baker about 3/10 behind Joe Mitchell. 11 laps to go. Go back here. Ronald Henry and Jim Locking for 8th and 9th. Ronald Henry to the inside, Jim Locking up on the outside. Looks like Ronald will take that spot right now for a moment. We'll see if Jim Locking tries to come back on the inside. So that's going to move Ronald Henry up to 8th, Jim Locking to 9th. Let's go back up here with Brian Neff, the 14 of Eric Barilli. So Eric Barilli now going to move into the top 5. Go back up front here. Adam Baker still about 4/10 behind Joe Mitchell. We'll be coming to 7 laps to go this time by. Joe doing everything he can to try and hang on to it and hit those marks just right. back to Shane Papala in third. Let's count down your top 10. Paul Cohen sitting in 10th. Jim Locking sitting in 9th right now. Ronald Henry is up in 8th. David Howard Jr. is in 7th. Brian Neff is in 6th. Eric Barilli up into the top 5. Luba Gonzalez sitting in 4th. Shane Papala now sitting in 3rd. Adam Baker is in 2nd. And Joe Mitchell, your leader. 107 laps led. Looking for that last lap to lead, though. All those 107 don't count if you don't get that last one. And we see the 25 of Devin Sanders move out of the way and let the leaders go on by. Coming to 4 laps to go this time by. Can Joe Mitchell hang on to it for 4 more laps and take this thing home tonight? See Joe catching some lap traffic here. I believe that's the 88 of Jeff Glockner. Three laps to go. You see Joe Mitchell take a look low on the 88. 88's going to stay up high, let the leaders go on by. As we come to 2 to go, see if Joe Mitchell can hold it together for 2 more laps. Having a great run here tonight. 110 laps led. Adam Baker going underneath the lap truck of Jeff Glockner. Oh, Joe Mitchell spinning out. He saves it, gets back on the track. White flag, Adam Baker to the lead. Oh, wow. I did not expect that. And Adam Baker going to bring it around. And Adam Baker will be your winner here tonight. Adam Baker with 2 laps led. Like I said, the only one that really counts is that checkered flag. Joe Mitchell. Oh, I don't believe that. Oh, Joe Mitchell is going to be shooting himself. He's going to be so mad. Not bad, though, for the teammates, first and second. Wow. Let's go back real quick and see what happened with Joe. We see Joe coming around. Gets by the 88. Oh, sorry, I didn't go back far enough. Go back a little further here. Try to see what happened with Joe. Why he slid out here. I mean, I know he must have been really pushing that truck, heating up those tires. See him cutting it down low under the yellow. I don't like doing that because that upsets my truck too much, but some guys can do it. Oh, come on. I didn't go back far enough yet. Oh, I forgot about it. It's not letting me get back. There we have, though, Adam Baker, though. 2 laps led, leads the most important one, and comes home your winner here tonight. Joe Mitchell will take it second, and Shane Papala will finish third. So we'll be back in a little bit and get to talk with some of these guys. Mr. Shane Papala, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Paul, how you doing?
All right, man. Give me 1 second here to get on you. And, man, what a run tonight. You started second. You take it home third. You were up in the top pretty much the whole night. I think one time you slipped back to 18th during a pit stop. But, man, 125 laps, 1 caution. What was going on out there?
Man, it was a handful for me. My truck was just pretty much numb the whole race, no matter what I did. If I drove it in deeper, softer, high line, low line, I just couldn't get anything out of the truck I wanted to. I was able to hold on to third, which I was really surprised. Just like I said, I couldn't find the feel of the truck I was looking for. Joe and Adam were on rails. I mean, no matter what I did, I wasn't going to catch them. So to stay third and bring it home in one piece, I'm pretty happy with. It was a good points day for sure.
Yeah, we talked to you last night after your win over at GAC, and you even said the shorter tracks kind of fit you a little bit better than these longer tracks. And I guess you still didn't do too bad though, man. Taking home third, you were up front pretty much the whole night. Man, I don't know, dude. You've been on fire. This is good. You come in tonight with 38 points in the lead in the championship. You finished third, so it's definitely going to keep you up there, man. Got to be a good run, man.
Yeah, like I said, it was a good points day. Just didn't get what I wanted out of it. I was hoping for a little bit more. I was hoping to lead some laps, but just couldn't compete with Joe and Adam. Like I said, they were on rails.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Joe there at the end. I don't know if you saw that, but Joe went riding through the grass, and we weren't really expecting that. We were just saying, too, lead all those laps and not lead the last lap isn't what you want to do, and he went running through the grass, so that's a little bit tough on his part, but that's all part of it. But man, the Candles by AmyJIC.com truck is strong tonight. You were strong last night. You've been strong the last couple of weeks. Hopefully you can get that back-to-back championship here, man, at SoMo. Be the first one to get that done.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Our Candles by AmyJIC.com has been on fire lately, so hopefully we can get this win, because we can't win the championship without wins, so we have to get one eventually here.
Yeah, it's coming, man. You've been the bridesmaid a bunch of times here. You definitely have the truck for it, so, it's just a matter of time when it gets here. I'm trying right now to see where we are next. Just give me 1 second to pull it up. We are off next week, obviously, for 4th of July. Then we come back to Atlanta. How's Atlanta for you?
Atlanta's fun. Kind of the same thing for me in a mile and a half. I struggle a little bit keeping momentum built up and keeping the right line with some of those guys. But you never know. It's a tough track too, so we'll see.
Yeah. Hey, we got inside the truck with you a couple times and a couple different guys. We noticed there's a lot of bumps out there. Can you feel that while you're driving when you're down low?
Yeah, absolutely. Like unlike Rockingham, it seems like it doesn't upset the truck as much. It just chatters the front tires really bad. And that's where I was struggling trying to find grip, and like I said, I couldn't hit it exactly right with the bumps. I tried hitting the bumps, missing the bumps, just doesn't really put together tonight for me.
Yeah, well, hey, like I said, man, you started second, you finished third. That's really not bad. So, I'd be happy with that and able to retain the championship lead here. Obviously, the win will come, man. So, we'll be here when it does come, too, man. So, before we let you go, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I want to thank you and SoMo Racing for putting on an awesome league and a fantastic broadcast, and got to thank my beautiful wife and her sponsor, Candles by Amy, JSC.com. So go ahead and check them out. A lot of great candles, products. They got a little something for everybody, so please check them out.
Yeah, absolutely. Candles by Amy, JIC.com sponsored tonight's race, the Kentucky 125. So, we give a shout out to Candles by Amy, JIC.com. We thank them for coming on board with SoMo, and go check it out. Lots of great products there, high quality jewelry, high quality candles, tart warmers, bath bombs, everything. So go check them out. Tell them that SR Broadcasting sent you, SoMo Racing League sent you, and see what they got. And congratulations on the third place, bro, and we'll let you go, and we'll catch up with you in 2 weeks. All right?
All right, Paul. Thanks. Appreciate it.
All righty. All right, let me see if I can get caught up here with Joe Mitchell. Joe Mitchell, this is Paul up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, dude, I know you probably don't feel like talking right now, but we're going to bother you anyway. Man, I don't even know what to say, bro. What happened?
We were catching a group of lap cars at possibly the absolute worst time, and they were given room. I took a wrong line on corner entry going into 3, and the tires were just super worn out from me and Adam were running so hard. I know he was trying to get by me and doing everything I could to hold him off. It just kept pushing up the track. I caught the wall, but I could be worse. I could have wrecked completely, and I was still able to bring it home second tonight. So I guess it's not too huge of a deal. It's a bummer to not get a win, but I'll take a second place finish. I had a really great run tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. We were watching the whole thing, and man, 111 laps led, dude. You were on fire tonight. Definitely a great run. Good to see too, because we know you've had some bad luck here in the past. That definitely was a great save to, be able to not wreck yourself, wreck the field, and still finish in second, man. So you got to be happy that things have turned around quite a bit for you tonight.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. It seems like the racing gods aren't quite as mad at me lately, and I've been able to have some good things happen. I know that I got booted from a race last week, and just some crazy stuff happening, but I've had really good runs, so I don't know. It's not terrible. I mean, I'll take it and move on. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, we're off next week for 4th of July. Then the following week, the Lazy Days Racing trucks are back at Atlanta. How do you feel about going to Atlanta?
I really like it there. That track, I mean, it's old and it has so much character. It's a lot of fun to race there in the trucks. I usually do pretty decent there, so hopefully able to follow up and have another good run out there.
Yeah, man, it's a shame. 111 laps led. We really thought you were coming home to take the checkers, and but at least you're able to hang on to it and take her home in second. You're going to get a couple of good bonus points for leading the most laps, in the lap and everything. So, it's a good turnaround, man. Started on the pole. You stayed up front. The only time you really dropped back was for the green flag pit stop, and then quickly got yourself back up to the front. You did a great job holding off Adam Baker, man, for those couple laps that he was really putting the pressure on. We got a couple different camera angles from both of you guys' trucks. Put on a great show for us. So, like you said, man, take it and move forward and go to Atlanta and see if you can have anything for them there, man. We'll be watching.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah, I know he had a really good truck on the long run, and I mean there was a couple times he got up next to me and I was like, oh my god, this is it, all these laps led and here it goes, I'm gonna watch him just drive away from me. But I don't know how I was able to hold him off, and just a driver error at the end, but hats off to him. He ran a great race, and he had some bad luck last week, so I guess that's kind of some redemption for him.
Yeah, and a great save there at the end, man, to be able to keep it alive and bring it home second. Before we let you go, man, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you, Paul, SR Broadcasting, SoMo Racing League, all the admins here. Just makes it a great place to race. My teammates at MB Motorsports, Adam getting the win tonight, congratulations to him. Eric Barilli in Lazy Days Racing for being the title sponsor. Did someone sponsor the race tonight? I wasn't aware.
Yeah, Candles by Amy, JIC.com is sponsoring tonight.
All right, well, I'd like to thank Amy and Shane Papala and Candles by Amy, JIC.com, and my wife and son also.
Awesome, bro. All right, man. Well, we look forward to you tomorrow night in the Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series at Daytona, and then in 2 weeks at Atlanta. So congratulations, buddy, man, and go celebrate and look at it as a great save and hang on a second, man. I definitely would be happy with it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like I said, it could have been better, but it could have been a whole lot worse. But
Absolutely.
I appreciate you pulling me up here and talking about it, and we'll catch you tomorrow night.
Yeah, thanks for talking with us, man. I know it's kind of tough when things like this happen, but I say I don't care if he comes on here and wants to pull Kyle Busch and start yelling. We're going to grab you in. All right, go celebrate, man. I'm going to catch up with Adam, and I'll get with you later.
All right, thank you, sir. Have a good night.
All right, let's see if we can get caught up here with Adam Baker. Let's see, Adam Baker. Where is he at? Adam Baker, this is Paul in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Dude, that was crazy there at the end. You started third. You got up to second pretty quick, and you stayed up front all night. You definitely had a strong truck. Definitely a good run. Give us a little breakdown of the race for you first before we go into that ending.
Sure. So, started on the inside line in the beginning, which helped a lot. And I was able to stay within like a second and a half of Joe, but I couldn't really reel him in for at least 20 laps, and then I'd start to pull him in by like half a tenth of a second every couple laps. So he just had the short run speed, and it seemed like I was going to have a little bit more long run speed, but not much more. And we got that caution, grouped everything back up. He got away by a second and a half again. Started to reel him in, got within like a second, I think, and then we came into pit. And then it cycled back out. I was again like a second and a half behind, and I started to close in, and I had saved my tires a little bit on the very last run for a couple laps, and started to pull him back in. He caught some lap traffic in some bad places, and he caught the wall coming out of turn 4, coming to the white flag, and I thought he was going to keep it straight. I thought he was going to keep it on the track and in front, and he lost it down into the grass and brought it back up, and it was just right behind me. But I stole one tonight. I was not expecting to get that. I was expecting to finish second that whole night.
Yeah, that ending was very unexpected, but we watched you closing in on him a few laps prior to that, and we kept seeing you go down to the inside, trying to make that move. And we see the inside is really, really hard to, complete the pass on. And we had made a comment on there after you tried a couple laps, you kind of faded back a little bit to about 3 or 4 seconds, and then kind of caught back up to him. We were saying, I wonder if Adam's going to try and set him up and try and get around on the outside since the inside wasn't that good. We were kind of looking for, that last lap or two pass, and just try and get Joe to mess up. You have anything like that in mind when you were behind him?
I was definitely trying to get to the outside, but he was blocking that line pretty good. It's so hard to get momentum, strong enough to jump on the outside on that front straightaway just because of the way it's curved. You really need a very strong run through turn 4 to get up on the outside of somebody. So I was just trying the bottom line and hoping he would maybe back out of it a little bit more or something, but I just wasn't able to keep it down there, and I almost got into him once and tried to regroup and refocus, and he put down some really good laps, and I think I was about half second behind him coming to the white flag, and he caught the wall, and it just worked out tonight.
I'll tell you what, though, man, even though you say you kind of stole it, you were up there all night, you were battling for the lead, so, it's unfortunate for Joe, but definitely an earned win for you. We were just saying right before that, man, the only lap that really counts is that checkered flag, and that goes to you tonight, so congratulations on that. Next week is 4th of July. There won't be a race in the Lazy Days Racing Truck Series, but the week after, you'll be back at Atlanta. You got anything for Atlanta?
I love Atlanta. It's one of my top 2 or 3 tracks. I've had some pretty good success there in the past. So I'm looking forward to that. It's always fun to go to the 1.5-mile tracks in these trucks. You can really just fly around these places in these trucks, and so I'm looking forward to that.
All right, good, man. Well, listen, before we let you go, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for putting up these broadcasts on SRTV. I'd like to thank everybody who comes out and races with us every week. It's a ton of fun out here. I'd like to thank all the admins and everybody here for all that they do. I'd like to thank my teammates and Joe. Congratulate him on a second place finish. I thought he was going to get the win, but it's cool to get a 1-2 here. And then all the fans who came out and watched. Oh, and also candlesbyamyjic.com for sponsoring the race.
Yeah, you guys put on a great show here, man. 125 laps, 1 caution. Man, hard battling all through. You come out the winner, so congratulations, man. And go celebrate that win. We'll get caught up with you tomorrow night in the Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series at Daytona. And then in 2 weeks, back at Atlanta.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good night, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, you too.
All right, there you got Adam Baker. Leads 2 laps, but leads the most important one, which is the last lap. Joe Mitchell led 111 laps, man, and on the white flag just lost it across the grass and does, able to finish second. So, hats off to Joe for finishing second with that and not totally wrecking out the field. Next week, there will be no race here in the Lazy Days Racing Truck Series. It's 4th of July. Everybody should be out celebrating. Tomorrow night, Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series will be at Daytona. So if you're here, tune in tomorrow night, 8:45, 80 laps at Daytona. Should be a pretty good race. We're going to go over the results here. Adam Baker, as we just spoke to, your winner here tonight. Joe Mitchell with 111 laps led, going to take home second place. He's going to have the most laps led tonight. Started on the pole. Had a little bit of trouble under the white flag. Does save it and take it home second. Shane Papala will finish third. Lupa Gonzalez will finish fourth. Eric Barilli will take it home fifth tonight. Sixth place goes to Brian Neff. Seventh place is David Howard Jr. Eighth place is Ronald Henry. Ninth place goes to Jim Locking. And rounding out your top 10 is Paul Cohen. 11th is Timothy Lewis. Len McNeese will finish 12th. Dean Viney will take it home 13th. David Gainforth will finish 14th. Jeff Glockner, a new admin at SoMo, will finish 15th. 16th is Michael Palmer. 17th, John Estes. Devin Sanders, with a good run, will finish 18th tonight. William Lee, 19th. Matthew Talbert, 20th. Jay Dubuque, 21st. And Joe Owen, who could not start, will be scored for 22nd. So, not a bad run here tonight. 125 laps, 1 caution, 10 lead changes. Adam Baker does take home the win. And tonight's race was by Candles by Amy, JIC.com. The Kentucky 125. Go check out Candles by Amy, JIC.com. Having a great sale going on right now. Go check them out. The website is awesome. Lots and lots of stuff. High quality stuff on there. Good prices. Good service. Go check them out. And let them know SoMo Racing League has sent you. SR Broadcasting has sent you. Until next week, everybody, be safe. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. We will be here in the Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series, and we'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.